Hello, welcome back to the greatest game of our generation. Okay, that's not true. Sonic Forces is the greatest game of our generation, but this is a game. I also lied about Sonic Forces. I'm enjoying this, honestly. I am. I didn't think visual novels would be the kind of genre I would enjoy, but I am actually enjoying this, seeing different personalities, the development of the characters a bit, hearing what they have to say. Although it's a little over the place, but like I'm enjoying it. Let's see what Yuri's got for me today. Let's see what you've written for today. Yuri stares at the poem with a surprised expression on her face. Do you like it? Derek, how did you pick up on this so quickly? Just yesterday, I was telling you the kind of techniques worth practicing. Maybe that's why? You did a good job explaining. I really wanted to try giving it more imagery. Yuri visibly swallows. Even her hands appear sweaty. I'm not used to this. Used to what? I don't know. It's fine. Take your time. Yuri breathes and collects her thoughts. I know that Yuri likes to think before she speaks, so I offer that patience to her. Yeah? Just being was that, did I skip something? No, I guess not, right? Just being appreciated like this, I guess. It probably sounds really stupid. But seeing someone motivated by my writing, it just makes me really happy. Are you saying you've never shared your writing before? Yuri nods. Really? I don't believe it. I really only write for myself. And besides, people would just laugh at me. You really think that? Again, Yuri nods. Huh. Even your close friends? Yuri does not respond to that. I wonder why. Anyway, do you want to share the poem you wrote today? Yeah, I do. If it's with you. All along today. The raccoon. It happened in the dead of night while I was slicing bread for a guilty snack. My attention was caught by the scuttering of a raccoon outside my window. That was, I believe, the first time I noticed my strange tendencies as an unordinary human. I gave the raccoon a piece of bread, my subconscious well aware of the consequences. Well aware that a raccoon that is fed will always come back for more. The enticing beauty of my cutting knife was the symptom. The bread, my hungry curiosity. The raccoon, an urge. The moon increments its phase and reflects that much more light off of my cutting knife. The very same light that glistens in the eyes of my raccoon friend. I slice the bread, fresh and soft. The raccoon becomes excited. Or perhaps I'm merely projecting my emotions onto the newly satisfied animal. The raccoon is taken to following me. You could say that we've gotten quite used to each other. The raccoon becomes hungry more and more frequently, so my bread's always handy. Every time I brandish my cutting knife, the raccoon shows me its excitement. A rush of blood. Classic Pavlovian conditioning? I don't know what that word is. I can't. Sorry, Yuri, I cannot read your handwriting very well. I slice the bread, and I feed myself again. I was a little more daring with this one than yesterday's. I can see that. It's a lot more metaphorical. I don't know if it's my fault, but I can't begin to imagine what this poem is about. That's right. It's a bit closer to my preferred writing style. Using the poem as a canvas to express vivid imagery and conveying emotions through them. Yeah, if I take this at face value, then I can't even figure out what it's supposed to mean. Well, I think it's something that different people can relate to in their own way. I wanted to express the way it feels for me to indulge in my more unusual hobbies. It's it's those sorts of things that I'm usually forced to keep to myself. So sometimes I enjoy writing about them. Huh, that's funny. Didn't Natsuki also write something about that? I was just gonna say they all wrote some. I feel like they all wrote kind of in this, or they all wrote something about about something like unusual hobbies or like what's that? And even like Sayori, hers was about sad. About someone being ridiculed for a strange interest. She did, yeah. She was talking about how it doesn't matter what you're into as long as you're not hurting anybody. She's right. I mean, does she really feel that way? Yeah. Sounds like you two have that in common. Yeah, well, that's interesting. To me, she seemed more like the kind of person who would make fun of my hobbies. But I suppose that's my fault for judging, isn't it? Please don't tell her I said that. I won't, don't worry. I have no reason to. Okay. Well, thank you for sharing it with me. After all, if I hadn't learned to embrace my own weirdness, I'd probably hate myself. Now that is like the hottest statement I've ever heard from someone. Because I too have been there I had a point where I basically decided time to embrace the weirdness a bit more. And I don't, if you come on I don't let it all out at once. I guess that was really when we started the show. I don't let it all come out at once because if we did that, that'd just be too much for someone. But like letting it slowly pour out, except for the show. The show is just like go for it. Anyways, I might be ranting a little bit now, but I'm glad you're a good listener. Okay, everyone. We're all done reading each other's poems, right? I have something extra planned today, so if everyone could come sit at the front of the room. Is this about the festival? Well, sort of. Ugh, do we really have to do something for the festival? It's not like we can put anything good in just a few days. We'll just end up embarrassing ourselves instead of getting any new members. That's a concern of mine as well. Oh, they're all different heights. I don't really do well with last-minute preparations. Oh, maybe that's because she was talking. That's why. Don't worry so much. We're gonna keep it simple, okay? We won't need much more than a few decorations. Sayori has been working on posters, and I've designed some pamphlets we can give out during the event. Okay, that's great and all, but that doesn't tell us what we're actually going to be doing for the event. Ah, sorry, I thought you'd already heard about that. We're gonna be performing. Performing? Monica. Yeah, we're gonna be having a poetry performance. Each of us is gonna choose a poem to recite during the event. But the cool part is, we're also going to let anyone else come up and recite poems too. Sayori's putting it on all of the posters in case anyone wants to prepare ahead of time. Sayori, who's been coloring a poster, holds it up for us to see. Are you kidding me, Monica? You didn't already start putting up those posters up, did you? Well, I did. Do you really think it's that bad of an idea? Well, no. It's not a bad idea. But I didn't sign up for this, you know? There is no way I'm going to be performing in front of a group of people like that. I agree with Natsuki. I could never, in my life, do something like that. Imagining it, Yuri shakes her head in fear. Guys! No, Sayori! I understand where they're coming from. Remember that Natsuki and Yuri have never shared their poems with anyone until just a couple of days ago. It's a lot to ask for them to recite their poems out loud to a whole room full of people. I guess I just kind of overlooked that. I'm sorry. I don't know what you said. What'd you say? So, yeah, she did say so, I'm sorry. But I still think we should give it our best. We're the only ones responsible for the fate of this club. If we start the event and each put in a good performance, then maybe it'll inspire others to do the same. And the more people who perform, the better we'll be able to show everyone what literature is all about. Yeah, it's about expressing your feelings. Being intimate with yourself. I know all about that. Finding new horizons. And having fun. That's right. And it's those reasons we're all in this club today. Don't you want to share that with the others? To inspire them to find the same feelings that brought you here in the first place? I know you do. I know we all do. And if all it takes is standing in front of the room for 2 minutes and reciting a poem, then I know you can do it. I don't know what sound to do for the ellipses. I keep like going between different things. The last one I just did the that's just the phone vibrating. Maybe I'll just keep doing that. I don't know. Natsuki and Yuri remain silent. Sayori looks worried. I guess that leaves me no choice. I agree. I don't think it's too much to ask. I think that Sayori and Monika have been trying really hard to get new members. The least we can do is try to help them out a little bit. Well, maybe, but it looks like Natsuki doesn't have any arguments left. You. Okay, fine. I guess I'll just have to get it over with. Alright. Phew. Thanks, Natsuki. What about you, Yuri? Yuri dejectedly glances around at everyone else's expectant faces. Sigh. I guess I really don't have a choice. I guess I really don't have a choice. That's everyone. You're the best, Yuri. This club is seriously going to be the death of me. Oh gosh. You'll be fine, Yuri. But anyway, let's move on to the main event. I want each of you to choose a poem of yours. We're each going to practice reciting them in front of each other. No way. Monika, this is too sudden. Well, if you can't recite your poem in front of the club, how do you expect to do it in front of strangers? Oh no. Don't worry. I'll start off to help everyone feel a little more comfortable. Can I go next? Of course. Now let's see. Monika flips through her notebook to the specific poem she has in mind for herself. Then she stands behind the podium. The title of this poem is called The Way They Fly. Ahem. Ahem. Monika begins reciting her poem. Her clear, confident voice fills the room. More than that, her inflection is pristine. She knows exactly how to apply emotion behind each line she recites, bringing the words to life. Is this something she's done before, or is she simply natural? I glance around me. Everyone has their eyes on Monika. Sayori looks amazed. Yuri has an intense expression on her face that I don't understand. Finally, Monika finishes the recitation. The four of us applaud. Monika takes a breath and smiles. That was so good! That was so good, Monika! Thank you very much! I was just hoping to set a good example. Are you ready to go next, Sayori? I'll go next. Oh, Yuri's all fired up all of a sudden. Yuri clutches a sheet of paper between her hands and stands up. Keeping her head down, she walks quietly to the podium. This poem is called... Yuri anxiously glances at each of us. You can do it, Yuri. It's called... Oh, I thought that was... I was really hoping that was what it was called. It's called After Image of a Crimson Eye. Yuri's voice shakes as she starts reading the poem. Just a moment ago, she practically refused to do this. Why is she suddenly putting in so much effort? As Yuri gets past the first couple of lines, her voice changes. It's almost like what happens when Yuri gets absorbed into her books. Her quivering words transform into the sharp syllables of a fierce and confident woman. The poem is full of twists and turns in its structure that she enunciates with perfect timing. This must be a rare glimpse into into the whirling fire Yuri keeps concealed inside her head. Suddenly, she's finished. Everyone is stunned. Yuri snaps back into reality and glances around her, as if she bewildered even herself. It's up to me to save the situation. I'm the first to start applauding. Everyone joins me afterwards, and we give Yuri the recognition she deserves. It's not that we didn't want to applaud for her, but we were so caught off guard that we must have forgotten. As we applaud, Yuri holds the poem to her chest and rushes back into her seat. Jeez. These little animations just really catch me off guard. Yuri, that was really good! Thank you for sharing. It looks like Yuri is down for the count. Okay, I guess I'm up next. I'm next then. Sayori hops out of her chair and cheerfully walks to the podium. This one's called My Meadow. Sorry, I giggled. Sayori, it's a lot harder than I thought. How did you guys do it so easily? Try not to think of it like you're reciting to other people. Imagine you're reciting it to yourself, like in front of a mirror, or in your own head. It's your poem, so it'll come out the best that way. I see. Okay then. Okay, we're over time. I'm just gonna try to push through this until the end of like the day, because I might this might break up if it's much too long, but I'm gonna try to push through this to the end of the day, because this is probably gonna be the last one for this episode, for this session. My throat's taking too much of a beating, so not like a choking, sadly. Sayori begins her poem. Somehow it feels like her soft voice was made as a perfect match. The poem isn't aimlessly cheery like Sayori is. It's serene and bittersweet. If I were to read this on paper, I probably wouldn't think much of it, but hearing it come from Sayori's voice almost gives it a whole new meaning. Maybe this is what Sayori meant when she said she likes my poems. It's like I get to reach more deeply into someone that I thought I knew through and through. Sayori finishes, and we applaud. I did it! Good job, Sayori. Even Derek liked it. I guess that's a good sign. What does that even mean? It came out nice, Sayori. The atmosphere of the poem fits you really nicely. But it must be that other poems wouldn't work quite as well with that kind of delivery. But it might be that other poems wouldn't work quite as well with that kind of delivery. I really don't understand. In other words, I've seen poems of yours where that sort of gentle delivery wouldn't work as well. They might need a little more force behind them, depending on what you're reading. Oh, I know what you mean. Well, I've been practicing that kind of thing. It's just embarrassing to do in front of everyone. Then, next time, I'm going to make you pick a poem that challenges you a little more. Then, why? We don't have much time before the festival, you know. Okay. Now, who's next? Natsuki? Don't make me go before Derek. It's not like I can compare to you guys anyways. Might as well let Derek lower everyone's standards a little bit before I have to do it. Natsuki. It's fine. I may as well get it over with. It's not like I have much of a selection of what to read. I'll just have to go with what I wrote for today. Stand in front of the podium. Everyone has their eyes on me, making me feel terribly awkward. I recite my poem. Since I'm not exactly confident in my own writing, it's hard to put energy into it. Despite that, once I finish, I receive applause anyways. Sorry, I'm not really as good as everyone else. Don't worry about it as much. What was that? What'd you say? I went too fast. Don't worry about it so much. I think it's less about your abilities and more about your lack of confidence in your writing. That's something that will improve over time, though. Yeah, maybe. Alright then. That just leaves you, Natsuki. Yeah. I'm going. Natsuki begrudgingly gets out of her seat and makes her way to the podium. This poem is called It's called... Why are you all looking at me? Because you're presenting. Sorry. Heard something. Thought I might have needed to get the bat that I can't reach. Anyway, the poem is called Jump. Natsuki takes a breath. When she starts reciting the poem, her sour attitude disappears a little. While she's still a little unenthused, her poem has a rhythm and rhyme to it. It's Natsuki's trademark style, and it works surprisingly well when spoken aloud. The words feel like they bounce up and down as if giving life to the poem. Oh shit! I just now realized I meant to have a face cam for this. Well, I don't. Maybe next session I'll kick one up. I don't think it would have made much difference anyways. I'm pretty bland of a human being. The words feel like they bounce up and down as if giving life to the poem. Natsuki finishes, and everyone applauds. She huffs back to her seat. That wasn't so bad, was it? Easy for you to say. You better not make me do that again. Well, do you at least feel prepared enough to recite a poem in front of other people? I mean, doing it in front of other people will be way easier. I can put whatever face I want for other people. But when it's just my friends, it's just embarrassing. That's a surprise, Natsuki. I think it would be the other way around for me. Well, that's just how it is, so... Well, I guess in that case, you won't have much to worry about for the festival. That said, I want to thank everyone for coming through. It might be hard, but I hope you all have an idea of what it's like now. Make sure you pick a poem and get enough practice before the festival, okay? I'll be making pamphlets, so let me know ahead of time what you'll be reciting. Jeez. I probably should find some other poem to recite instead. That's fine too. It doesn't have to be your own. I'm already pleasantly surprised that you're putting all this effort in for the club. It makes me really happy. Yeah, no problem. Okay, everyone, I think that's about it for today. I know the festival is coming up, but let's try to write poems for tomorrow as well. It's been working out really nicely so far, so I'd like to continue that. As for the festival, we'll finish planning tomorrow, and then we'll have the weekend to prepare. Monday's the big day. I can't wait. You can do this. Or I can do this. I can do this. Alright. I stand up. There's no way I'll be able to find the same enthusiasm as Sayori and Monica, but I'll do my best to get through it. If it's for the sake of the club and impressing Monica, then I'll have to do my best. Ready to go, Sayori? Yep. Look at you two, always going home together like that. It's kind of adorable, isn't it? Jeez, guys, don't make such a big deal out of it. It must be a little nice, though. Well, how am I supposed to respond to that? It's okay, Derek. You don't have to say it. Whatever. Let's just go already. I walk home with Sayori once more. Even though it's only been a few days, a lot of things have already changed. But today, Sayori is being a little quieter than usual on the way home. Hey, Sayori. Sorry, I was spacing out. No wonder. I was thinking about something from earlier. I like how we get to... I mean... Sayori fumbles with her words. So let's just say that one day, Yuri asked to walk home with you. Huh? What would you do? What kind of question is that? You're kind of putting me on the spot here. Well... Walking home with Yuri, huh? Why does the thought of that make my heart pound? I mean, given how hard it is for her to socialize, I would feel awful turning her down, so... Isn't she so beautiful and smart? That has nothing to do with what I just said. Haha, you admitted it. Jeez. There's not even any point. There's not even any point in speculating something that's never going to happen. Well, maybe. But I just like to think about it. It's not long before you won't need me anymore, you know? Need you? Sayori, I can't figure out how you're seeing things in your head right now. Sorry. Everyone is a bit different. Everyone is different. Nobody in the club is a replacement for you. If you say so. The conversation trails off and I'm left feeling awkward. It's like every day in high school for me. But it was kind of her fault for trapping me with such a weird question. I can't just lie to her. But for something that makes her happy, I would hate to take that away from her. That's why I said there's no point in speculating. Then again, the festival is only a few days away. Who knows what will happen in that time? Alright, time to see. Alright, well, that I think is going to conclude it for this session. We'll probably end up breaking that took a while, a lot longer than I expected, so we'll probably end up breaking last two bits into, well, last bit into 2 episodes. Right now, I have no idea how far into this game I am, how long it is, or where like the end lies, but I'm really enjoying it. I think it's pretty clear at this point that I'm that Yuri is my best girl. Hopefully I can choose the right things, the right numbers, the right things here. I'm a little disappointed that Pain gives Sayori instead of Yuri. I was really hoping Pain would give you Yuri, but it does not. But hopefully next time I can keep my voices in line. It's very possible the voices from this point on will change, because I don't remember what they were next time I play. But we'll see. Alright, and with that'll conclude this session. So next time on Speletons, more okay literature club.